I'm bigcal, and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month, which only means one thing: DIY gaming box. So, if you don't know what happens, at the end of one of these videos every month I spin this roulette wheel. Whatever number it lands on correlates with the games console I own or wrestling games. Then, for the next month, I have to try and buy for that particular console or theme with a budget of £25, trying to get a nice balance of quality and quantity. So last month it landed on the original Xbox, one of my personal favourite systems, definitely my favourite from that generation. As much as I love the GameCube and as good as the PS2 was, the Xbox, definitely my thing back in the day. So, what did I get for the Xbox? Well, firstly, we have a game I already own on the PlayStation 2, but I wanted the Xbox version because multi-platform games are usually better on the Xbox than the PS2. So this was a £4 game, and that is Vex. Vex is a 3D platformer, rather similar in structure to Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, where you go into different levels, you have to do different tasks and collect a main collectible, and then the more you get, the more levels you unlock, and so on and so on. So Vex tries to be really edgy and dark, because that was the real big in thing at the time. He's this evil creature who's got claws and things, and he's out to avenge his father or something against the big evil. Yeah, and there's some combat in there, which not really the best. But yeah, it's a decent enough, mid-range, platformer from the time. It's not up there with the best, obviously, but it's still a good time, and for £4, can't really go wrong. Next then, we have a game that costs £6, and it's one that I never hear anyone bring up. Ever. But it's been on my want list for a while, and yeah, Dead Man's Hand. So this is a quirky first-person shooter set in the Wild West, which was actually quite a few games like that from that generation. You had obviously Dead Revolver, you had Gun, probably a bunch more that I'm not remembering. But yeah, so this one has the generic story of gang member, he's too good for the gang and he gets kicked out and they leave him for dead and blah blah blah, so now he's going for revenge and hunted down his old gang. Sound familiar? Yes, because it's been done a billion times. But it's really fun, the gameplay is perfectly fine, it's nothing amazing, but it's definitely fun. And cheesy cutscenes and characters and things like that, so yeah, £6, really happy with that one. Now we have a £6.94 game, and this one is Fireblade. So if you ever grew up playing the Strike series, Desert Strike, Nuclear Strike, Soviet Strike, those kind of games, that's basically what this is, a more modern version, because I think the Strike series never went beyond the PS1 days. So yeah, you go around in an armed helicopter, you've got plenty of weapons, you go around shooting things, destroying targets, collecting hostages, picking up weapons and health as you go along. Yeah, just really fun. I've only done the sort of tutorial bit at the start, but yeah, it's a good game so far. The controls are taking me a little bit to get used to, just because there are certain missiles that will only attack in the air and on the floor, so you have to figure out where you are in the air, if you can actually hit something or if it'll just fly straight over it. But yeah, not bad. I'm probably going to put some more time to this at some point because yeah, it definitely looks like it'd be a really good game, and I guess it's a spiritual successor of sorts of the Strike series that kind of just disappeared. Shame about those. And lastly, the most expensive game at £7.74, giving me a total of £24.68, leaving me with 32 left over. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2, which I thought I did own on the GameCube, but is actually... Oh, I do own it on the GameCube. Yeah, okay. I was thinking it was Dave Mirra that I thought I owned, not Matt Hoffman, yeah. Only on the GameCube, obviously, well, the Xbox version. I'm a big fan of these style of games. They're basically all similar to Tony Hawk's, but in this case you're on a BMX. Yeah, we got the mission-based levels, big open new levels where you go around, up and down ramps and things like that. And it's just a total blast with a good soundtrack. What more can you want? Also, if you notice that I'm sweating, it's because it's very, very warm when I'm recording this, and it's very late at night as well, and it's still red hot. So, yay. Anyway, those Oh, the 4 games that I got this month for the original Xbox. I'm very, very pleased. Dead Man's Hand is a very fun, almost hidden gem, I guess. Vex, decent 3D platformer. Fireblade, very good if you like those strike-style games. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. If you've played enough Tony Hawk's, try doing the same, but on a BMX. So, all that's left to do now is spin the wheel and see what I have to collect for in the month of July. So, get that there. And going to use the old handy cam so I don't have to mess about taking that camera off. Right then, let us see. Open it up. Right. Focus. And let's spin the wheel. 13. And that is... Ooh. Wrestling games. Very interesting. So, for the first time since I added it, it has landed on wrestling games. And if you don't know, I'm looking to collect every single wrestling game ever made. Which is quite a task because there are a lot, especially in Japan. And there are a handful that are very, very expensive, so there are some that's probably going to be out of reach for me. But yeah, wrestling games, there are a lot of them. A lot of them are still very affordable, so this should be fairly easy. It's just going to be interesting to see what I actually get. So, I'm bigcal, thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of my pickups this month, and let me know if there's any weird wrestling games I should look out for to collect for next month, and I'll see you again next time.